Hey guys, Roger here, and with so many incredible handsets to choose from today, it can be hard to know which one to go for. Now it's clear that people want different things from the handset they carry with them every day, whether that's photography, multitasking performance, or even battery life. So I asked a few of my friends to talk about which handsets they carry with them every day and find out not only what's good for them, but what could be good for you too. Just before we do that, hit the like button, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing.
When it comes to my phone, I just want it to work. Can it do everyday tasks that I need it to do with ease? Can it take quality pictures when I don't have my main camera with me? Can the battery get through the day? And most importantly, can it work with my favorite accessories? For me, the iPhone has been that choice for quite some time, and when Apple decided to come out with its first budget phone, the iPhone XR, I decided to take a chance. Now, I had some initial worries like, is it going to be powerful enough? Is the screen going to be any good? But I've been using this since it's come out, and I gotta say, there are no regrets. It has the same A12 processor as its higher priced counterparts, the XS and the XS Max, has 1 GB less RAM, which only becomes limiting when you have like 30 apps open at once, which I rarely do, and I don't particularly miss not having the OLED screen over the LCD. I tend to think that OLED is more important whenever you scale up in size, like for a TV or something, like that one. And let's not forget about that camera. It takes amazing pictures, has 9 stops of dynamic range straight out of the camera app, and even has a wide-angle portrait mode, something that the XS and XS Max don't even have. But overall, the XR has been an absolute beast for the price, and unless the iPhone 11 or 11 Max does something completely groundbreaking with that third camera that those models are supposed to have, I think it's gonna be a pretty hard sell for me not to get the new 11R.
Hi everyone, now I have the Sony Xperia 1 as my daily driver. Now this is my daily driver mainly because I was really interested in the taller display ratio and how it is actually in one-handed use. And with this tall display ratio it's so much easier to reach the side. Next to that it has a triple camera setup with a normal lens of course, a telephoto and of course a wide angle lens. It's quite an impressive device, but there are some things that need work, especially the camera UI. But that is my daily driver, and next to it I use the Samsung Galaxy S10. Anyway, thank you Roger for having me on this video, and I'm curious what the other people who have to say what their daily driver is.
Hey guys, Daniel from Zone of Tech here. Huge thanks to Roger for having me in this collab. Okay, so when it comes to my daily driver, that's definitely my can of tropical Red Bull or my MacBook Pro. So I use that thing more than anything, so I recently switched back to the 2018 6-core 560X model from the 2019 8-core Vega 20 model. And in terms of smartphones, I was using the S10 Plus for the past 2+ months as my daily driver, and I had my iPhone XS Max as my secondary. Then I switched to the OnePlus 7 Pro as my daily driver, and again to the iPhone XS Max as my secondary, and now I've kind of switched back to the iPhone XS Max as my primary and the OnePlus 7 Pro as my secondary. I absolutely love how fluid the OnePlus 7 Pro is. It's by far the most responsive smartphone I've ever used, far better than the Pixel 3 XL or even the iPhone XS Max, but I kinda got bored of it. And yes, the iPhone XS Max is quite boring when compared to the S10 Plus, which has some insane features such as DeX mode or the first-party VR support, but at least it syncs up perfectly with my Mac. The ability to copy-paste from the iPhone onto the Mac is just amazing. AirDrop is also incredibly useful to have, so even though I think that the S10 Plus is overall the best smartphone right now, and the OnePlus 7 Pro is the fastest smartphone right now, the Apple ecosystem that I'm into because of my Mac kind of wants me to use an iPhone. Reason why I've switched back.
Hey guys, this is Z, and you may be surprised, but I'm still rocking the original iPhone. Just kidding. A month ago, I went back to the iPhone X from the XR. See, for me it's all about reliability, iMessage and AirDrop. I've been using the XR since it came out, and as much as I like the widescreen portrait photos and the overall speed and camera performance, it was way too big for my pocket. I decided to go back to my trusty 10 and not invest in the XS because it makes absolutely no sense at this time of the year. The iPhone X was released in November of 2017, and almost 2 years later it still handles my daily tasks as a champ. My photos do suffer in low light situations, but in daylight the portrait snaps are pure bliss. The A11 Bionic chip still outperforms even the newer kids on the block like the Huawei P30 and runs silky smooth. Sure, it doesn't fold, but it's a classic phone that cannot disappoint. Thanks Roger for having me. This is E, over and out.
Hey everyone, Matthew Modis here, and today's a very special day for me because I just upgraded my phone from a Nokia 3310 to these two puppies right here. I thought it was time to get something a little bit more technologically advanced, and these are the two phones that I landed on. I use the iPhone for a few reasons. One, I have a bunch of laptop related stuff on this phone that I use for my testing. Two, I use iMessage. And three, it's the only thing that will pair to this Apple Watch, because right now, in my opinion, the best smartwatch you can wear if you're into it is the Apple Watch. Now for everything else, and I mean everything else, like 80% of the stuff that I do most, I use the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. I personally find this to be the best Android phone for me right now. I love the screen size. I like looking at this display over this one, even though this one is Samsung as well. I prefer the way Android looks over iOS, and I like dark mode on One UI. When it comes to movies, reading text, and browsing the net, I use the Galaxy S10 Plus over the iPhone XS. So those are the two handsets I carry. It's a big day. Goodbye Nokia 3310, and Roger, thank you for having me on.
Okay, so it's clear that people want different things from the handset they carry with them every day. Now, a few months ago, I got the chance to play with Huawei's Mate 20 Pro, and I was seriously impressed with its smooth performance and also the awesome camera setup, including the 20 megapixel ultra-wide lens. And I took a lot of photos and videos using that handset. I was so pleased with the phone, in fact, that I decided to get the P30 Pro, and I now carry that with me every day. It's similar to the Mate 20 Pro, and it has the same Kirin 980 processor and the same GPU, but that means that apps load quickly and run well, and more demanding games such as Fortnite play extremely smoothly. Huawei's EMUI is better than it's ever been, and for the first time in a long while, I've used the launcher that came with the handset. Nova Launcher is great, but personally, I don't think there's a need for it here. If heavy usage is your thing, and for me that is the case, then the 4200 mAh battery will last all day. Perhaps one of the most impressive things about this handset though is the camera. The camera UI is laid out clearly, and even Pro mode is easy to use. But when it comes to taking photos in auto mode, I love the images this handset produces. The Huawei P30 Pro does everything I want it to do, and it has a stunning design. A big thanks to all of the creators that helped make today's video possible. I'll leave links to all of their channels in the description below, so do be sure to go and check them out. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I'm Roger with Life of Tech. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.